welcome everybody to our live HIT Zoom tonight, which is an acronym for Health, Income, and Time. And my name is Autumn Dunn, and I am so excited that you guys have taken the time out of your busy nights. I know there's a lot we can be doing and we need to be doing. But at the corner, you can see the microphone button. If you will, please click it and make sure you're muted before we start, because we have a wonderful guest, as well as myself, who will share stories about how our lives had been tremendously changed in regards to our own health and our income and our time with G+. So as you listen tonight, I really want to encourage you to think about a few great questions and keep those in mind. Number one, are you happy with your health today? Is your health holding you back from what you truly desire in life? Do you maybe wish you had more time, financial freedom or time freedom maybe? And if you could do anything with your time, what would that look like for you? Are you tired of trading hours for dollars? And the biggest one for me is, if your life is exactly as it is today, at this moment, in 5 years from now, would you be okay with that? Completely okay. I'm Autumn Dunn, and I'm from Hampton, Arkansas, a very small town in Arkansas, and I live here with my sweet husband, Brian, and my two amazing kids. I have a 13-year-old named Kaylee, and I have a 9-year-old named Braden. And I have been a kindergarten teacher for almost 15 years now, and loved that calling for sure. But it took a lot, it was a very challenging job. And I look back to my life and what it looked like 7.5, almost 8 years ago. And I'm very, very grateful, y'all, that one simple change with G+ has made a tremendous difference for me in my health. I mean, I was 28 and I should have been really vibrant, and I wasn't at all. I was struggling with daily headaches and UTIs, and I took medicine and prescriptions for restless legs. I had very high anxiety, which actually caused a lot of adult acne. I had chronic fatigue, and I should not have felt the way I did at 28. So my crazy busy full-time working mom schedule made it really hard, and I'm sure that 2 to 3 Mountain Dews a day and fried food and fast food, all those addictions, I'm sure contributed, obviously, to my very low quality of life. And I just wanted to be a much better example for my kids. And so, I look back and I didn't really know where to start, because I was teaching dance, I was teaching school full time, we built a house, I was getting my master's, and we had babies. So putting myself first or working on self-care, it just really didn't seem easily attainable for me. And we don't know what we don't know, and when we know better, we do better. So thankfully, I realized that I could cry or I could try. And I know some of y'all probably can relate to that, or, have a commonality to where we want to do better and want to be a better example. We know there's a better way of life, but we're not sure quite where to start. And I'm so thankful that somebody cared enough about me to share G+, and it's helped metabolic reprogramming to take place in my body. And I began to crave cleaner foods and drink tons of water, and all my issues, they disappeared over time, of course, but natural energy was amazing. I was eating well, feeling well, staying well. I'm an avid exerciser now. And I know, and I want to make sure that you understand, and I know you probably already know this, but drugs like caffeine and stimulants, that's something that can do things for our body overnight, where food can do things for our body over time. And so that really makes a lot of sense to me. And I have only had 2 colds in 7 years, teaching 5-year-olds, which is simply unheard of. And even though I loved it and was a raving fan, I still just saw it as a product, until the Vineyard Blend and the Children's Health Study, which we'll talk about a little later, and the unmatched research were shared with me, and light bulbs started to go off. And I ordered, and my lethargic daughter, who suffered from chronic ear infections and wanted to live on white bread and Dr. Pepper, would get G+ for free. And then when my hubby ordered, then my son, who struggled with annual bronchitis and took meds for allergies and acid reflux, he would get it for free as well. And so thanks to Whole Food Nutrition with G+, my kids are prescription free now. We take it every single day, and all of those issues are gone. I hope they never come back. My kids have not been sick since starting G+ 2.5 years ago, which is a huge mommy score for me. And my Kaylee outdrinks me in water and loves raw onions, which is crazy. And Braden will order salads when we go out to eat. you know, amongst other things. But we're really thankful that we're living life to the plus, and that I'm living the mission for my babies or with my babies. I want you to think about what Juice Plus is. Imagine growing all of your own produce in your backyard with no chemicals. You go out back and you pick 30 vine-ripened, picked at perfection fruits, veggies, and berries, like papaya and beets and dates and parsley and kale and elderberry and artichokes, and you grind them all up in your blender. Seeds, pits, skins, all of it, the whole thing. And then you dry them at a very low temperature to protect the nutrients, and then you pour all that powdered produce into a capsule or a gummy, and that's Juice Plus. We have 5 private farmers that we have very good relationships with. It's grown chemical free, it's non-GMO, no fillers, no artificial colors or preservatives or flavors. We have higher standards than the USDA. It's dairy free, and it is the most researched nutraceutical in the entire world. We have over 30 published clinical studies in peer-reviewed medical journals, which is better than anything with or without a prescription. It's proving that it's bioavailable. It is completely absorbed into your bloodstream, unlike an isolated vitamin or a synthetic supplement. It is going to reduce oxidative stress, reduce inflammation, reduce free radicals. It's going to balance your immune system and protect your DNA damage. It's going to improve cardiovascular health, as well as improve your hair, your skin, your nails. And it's NSF certified better than organic. It's not a cure for anything. That is not at all what we're saying, but it will help anyone and everyone with a pulse to bridge the nutritional gap between what we're supposed to eat and what we actually eat every single day. And they're saying now that we're supposed to eat 9 to 12 servings of raw fruits and vegetables of various colors every single day. We have a very simple product line, which was a huge deal for me because I'm a very simple girl. And if you tell me I'm going to have to do 9 things, you know, to have younger looking skin, it's probably not going to happen for me. I needed something simple, something that's easy to implement into our day-to-day life. And that's Juice Plus. Capsules and gummies are our flagship product, but we also have out of this world complete shakes and complete bars. And we have a very cool aeroponics growing system called the Tower Garden, so you can grow your own, y'all. It's crazy good. I want to introduce, I'm over the moon excited tonight to introduce my beautiful, amazing friend and sideline, Stacy Shannon, who lives in Birmingham, Alabama. She's a fabulous mom of 3 gorgeous kids, a cancer exercise specialist and fitness instructor, as well as working really, really diligently as inspiring healthy living as a health coach for so many people. We're both such passionate women on a mission to share this incredible gift of health with other families every single day. Stacy is so devoted, y'all, and she has made a committed lifestyle change. And she has chose to invest in her health and be an incredible model for all 3 of her sweet kids. We're so happy that you agreed to share your Juice Plus health journey with us tonight, Stacy. So can you tell us why Juice Plus? Tell us a little bit about your health journey and what it's done for you.
Thank you so much, Autumn. What a nice introduction. I mean, Autumn and I have really enjoyed knowing each other. We talk nearly every day, locking arms to help people get healthy. And she models a healthy lifestyle that has helped so many people. I want to share my background and my journey from my health, just from starting at a young age, you know, kind of how much it changed from being just and how it evolved into this person that I've become, because I wasn't really that healthy before. I grew up in a home where I thought that we ate healthy because there was a vegetable on the table at night and fruit or dessert for breakfast. That was about the extent of it. And in those days, I think that probably was kind of the definition of healthy. We didn't know all that we know now. I hated vegetables back then, and I had some digestive issues, some that were really a problem for me. I also had a lot of colds, and even had, when I was young, I remember my mom crying over me, afraid for my life. I had pneumonia for almost 2 weeks. And my dad was an internal medicine doctor and later became a gastroenterologist. So he always prescribed a lot of fruits and vegetables for me. That was his solution for my problems. And I thought that it was for fiber. I didn't realize at the time that they did anything more than provide fiber, which of course is good for you. I didn't understand though that they help to prevent disease. And in my teens, cancer and death became very, very real to me. My grandmother, who lived next door, I was very close to her. She died of cancer. One of my mom's best friends died of cancer. And then my neighbor next door, the mom of one of my classmates, died of cancer. It seemed like a plague at the time, and I wanted to avoid it at all costs. Unfortunately, I wasn't exempt. At 28, I was diagnosed with skin cancer on my face right here. They took a huge chunk right out of my head. It was a horrifying experience because not only did I have to face the deformity of my lips, the droopy eye for several years, but the need for not one, but two surgeries. And the doctor's mistakes, that was just a nightmare, oversights and that sort of thing. Even though this was basal cell skin cancer and it wasn't life-threatening, it was an emotional roller coaster. And to make matters worse, I was pregnant with my first child. And so I could only receive topical anesthetic for both surgeries. In other words, I was awake while they were cutting my head open with this huge spot in my head about the size of a silver dollar, and they did it twice. My mom then developed kidney cancer. There was a waiting period and a lot of fear attached to that, fear of losing her. We were really fortunate that that it was contained and she was fine, but I was feeling the effects of that dreadful disease. There were about, just right after that, there were about 2 more hard years of facing these kinds of illness and death and with my friends and family. I walked one close friend through losing her husband. He was also a close friend of ours, to a strange, odd testicular cancer. We were still in our late 20s, and it was the same year that I had my skin cancer. Then my then husband's business partner came down with Lou Gehrig's disease. It's ALS. Some of you may have known about that. And he passed away. His other business partner developed Crohn's and was frequently out of work. I had a friend struggling with MS. There were several accidental deaths at this time. I know that has nothing to do with, helping, prevention, but it was very, very heavy on me. This was one of my best friends. Her husband drowned. And later we found out that she was even pregnant with a child. And it was just very, very difficult time. And I had to walk her through the birth of the second child. It was very, very difficult. I was in a deep sadness for people, just compassion going all over, just feeling everyone was having problems. And this just contributed to a keen awareness of death. And me thinking, okay, life is short. And, we've got to take advantage of the quality of life and try and do everything we can to improve the quality of life while we have it. Some things are out of our control, but the things that we can control and that we can be wise about, because of the fruits and vegetables that God has put on this earth to really help us with that, makes sense to me. So it was during this time period that I discovered Juice Plus. And I thought it was ludicrous, honestly. I thought, how in the world could you get that many fruits and vegetables into capsules? My dad, who's now a gastroenterologist, explained that it was entirely possible. I had him look at the research, and he said it was very good, and for me to buy him some too. So this was when I learned that, fruits and vegetables actually had more power than just fiber. They had antioxidant protection, and that it could prevent some diseases like Alzheimer's, stroke, heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. All these, different things. And I figured, well, if they were helping them with those, maybe Lou Gehrig's, I don't know, maybe some of these other things. So as I read my dad's journals, titles started jumping off the pages at me. Things like berries may reduce risk for heart disease, or broccoli may prevent cancer. And I began to go, oh, hello, there is a message here that nobody's really talking about. So our entire family got on it. My digestive system improved after about 2 months. And then it was that was glorious. I mean, it was I could not believe that I'd struggled for so long with just bad feelings in my stomach. And that really went away. and then my husband's sinusitis went away. He was on bi-monthly antibiotics. So that was a huge change for him. My mother's arthritis improved in her thumbs. My father-in-law's triglycerides went down after years of high numbers, and no change to his diet whatsoever. The only thing that we had done different, really, was to add Juice Plus to our diets. And I even noticed I started craving different fruits and vegetables. Our colds improved. After about a year, we had found a new normal. And at this point, I had a list of friends, and I was on a mission. I didn't want my friends to die. I didn't want them to be sick. I did not want anyone to not have a quality life, or I wanted them to have the most quality life that they possibly could have, whether they had something already or not. And so this was just something that I was committed to. If it had antioxidant protection, the Juice Plus, and the research was proving a reduction in inflammation, then I was going to share this easy way to get it in us. And if nothing else, I was going to help them understand the importance of eating a lot of raw fruits and vegetables. So started sharing that. And after a while, I had several families who wanted to pay for their product, shared it with their friends and family. And then my mom's friends had friends who wanted to share it. And my doc had docs who wanted to share it. And my personal trainer had personal trainers and clients who wanted to share it. And I had an optometrist whose customers she was sharing it with. For the lutein, it exploded, and the results and the things I kept hearing from people were things like lowered cholesterol. Even the cardiologist who had measured the cholesterol and seen the before and after was like, whatever you're doing, I want on it. So this was one of my personal trainer's clients that had gone to the cardiologist for that. And then I had friends whose kids had reflux. They got off of their medications, asthma, got off their inhalers, arthritis improved on some people, sinusitis, fewer colds. You just don't know what fruits or vegetables will do for you. But these are the things that were affecting me. I was sitting here listening to all of these people that I had just shared it with a few, but then it continued and the numbers multiplied until I was getting to really benefit so many more people that I would have never, ever been able to do in just my personal training alone, which I wasn't into personal training yet, but I'll tell you about that. So they too had found a new normal. They didn't have colds as much, just with nutrition. Meanwhile, my income had more than surpassed the income I had received as a young French teacher in my 20s with a master's degree. And divorce hit. And it drove me into fitness. And as a form of therapy, I became a licensed Zumba instructor. And getting rid of stress was vital for me because I knew it caused oxidation. And I was super happy that I had the nutrition to help counter some of that oxidation and the stress going on, but I still needed fitness in my life. And I was passionate about helping people get healthy. So I became a cancer exercise specialist with a company called H.I.T. I continued to certify myself in ways that enhanced my ability to help people physically and find a new normal. A better quality of life was my goal, with help them have better range of motion, improved muscular balance, better posture, and an opportunity for healing. I lost some footing in growing a business with my need for my emotional healing and because I basically went back to school. But even though there were lulls in my business, Juice Plus has always been there for me. My story, as you can tell, is very intertwined. It blends together because it all was important. And I never lost my earning position. They don't, if you lose a certain number of anything, that you still continue to keep that. I kept a steady income and every year, and I continue to help more people find a new normal, even with nutrition alone. I've helped a lot more that I couldn't have helped than I could have just as a personal trainer. This business allows me not to be a slave to the gym, exchanging hours for dollars. And so that way I can really focus on the clients that I have and am able to work with, and I can be home with my kids when I need to. I'm leveraging this business to work for me that way so that I can be home to take care of my kids and travel to help people, even more people, and still get paid. I love what I do. Cancer exercise will always be a part of this because the impact it has on them and on me. But without helping have this tool of nutrition to change the cells from the inside, I would not be doing them a service. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stacy. My goodness. I mean, to say your story is an inspiration would be a huge understatement. And I know that you see the true value and how you're a true testimonial of what the power of whole food nutrition can do. And, you know, you talked about the business, and guys, you don't have to do the business to take Juice Plus, but we just feel like it would be unethical not to share this with you. It's only $50 a year. It's 100% online. I mean, we're all online. It's so easy. You can work from anywhere. You have no boss. You get to choose who you work with. This team, this community, it is absolutely it's remarkable. It's just crazy how many, like the huge support system that you get. And you have uplines and you have sidelines and downlines, and everybody just is so supportive. Tax benefits. We have the opportunity to receive full benefits: health, vision, dental, chiropractic, long-term care, tuition reimbursement for our children, bonuses, and monthly business. It's absolutely incredible. What is the Juice Plus Company? We're just a mission-driven company that's inspiring healthy living and giving around the world. 45 years in the health and safety industry. Juice Plus has been around for more than 23 years. We have the same president since day one, Mr. J. Martin. It's a debt-free company. It's known as the company with a heart, which is awesome. Largest supporter of St. Jude's, and built the Target House, which is a home for families for their children while they're getting treatment at St. Jude for up to 3 years, which is incredible. Our goal is to donate 10 million meals of the Juice Plus Complete shake mix that we mentioned earlier through Volunteers of America, donating a tower garden to every Boys and Girls Club across the country, which is very dear to my heart. We have a children's health study, guys, that is absolutely wonderful. If you order Juice Plus, or any adult orders Juice Plus, any child, doesn't even have to be related to you, age 4 through college, can get Juice Plus for free, the Garden and the Orchard blend, for up to 3 years. Incredible testament to our mission-driven company. Our mission is just to build a stable and lasting company that will help as many people as possible to realize their dreams. And me and Stacy, you know, there's so many others on this call as well, that has been what we are living every single day, getting to inspire healthy living around the world and make a living doing it. It's awesome. So what now? You can choose to do nothing and tomorrow will be the same, and that's just fine with us. It's okay. You can choose to add our products, which we hope you will, because they could change your life, change the course of your health. You know, we'll do a little happy dance for you. We are so excited for you to be able to experience the same benefits that we have seen and have experienced ourselves. Maybe you heard something tonight about the business. Maybe something that Stacy said just struck a chord in your heart. You know, maybe you could, I mean, who could not use a little bit of extra income, along with being able to love on people and, you know, be a part of our mission to inspire healthy living with us. We would love for you to lock arms with us and do it. I never feel, it's almost 3 years, well, 2.5 in this business, y'all, and I have never felt like 1 second was work. I feel like I have this huge networking family is what I feel like it is. So I just encourage you, no matter what you choose, we're going to be happy for you. And we thank you for listening tonight. Please get with the person who invited you if you have any questions, and just see what the next best step is for you. We have a lot of live events all across the country, and we know we can find one near you because we want you to see the true value. We want you to see the big picture. I took it for 6 years and just saw it as a product, even though I was a raving fan. But when I saw the research, and I learned about the Children's Health Study, and I talked to person after person after person who had been on this product and had these remarkable stories, I knew the true value. So we thank you so much. We hope you have a fabulous week.